Hello guys, I have just arrived in the city of Arnhem in the Netherlands, and we're heading to Castellum, which is close to 2000 years old, and then we're gonna head to a different village. It's about a 20-minute walk to get to the Castellum. So I'm gonna tell you guys the story about the Netherlands maybe.
The Germanic people began arriving in the Netherlands around 800 BC due to harsh climate conditions in their Scandinavian homeland. By 250 BC their migration was complete. Over time the Germanic settlers in the north eventually developed into the Frisians and the Saxons, while those in the south became the Franks. The Franks coexisted with the local Celts, specifically the Belgae, who gave their name to Belgium. In 58 BC a Roman proconsul named Julius Caesar decided to conquer and rule over the Gallic tribes, beginning the Gallic Wars, which lasted until 50 BC. Eventually, all areas south of Utrecht and west of the river Rhine were conquered by the Romans. Since the tribes who lived there had no written language and left no records, all we know about them comes from the Roman and Greek writings. According to Caesar, two major tribes lived in what is now the Netherlands, the Menapii and the Eburones, both in the south where Caesar was active. He also established 4 principal points along the upper Rhine to define a natural boundary between the Gallic and the Germanic tribes. However, the Rhine was not a strong border, and Caesar noted that in some parts of Gaul many local tribes were mixed Germanic origin, such as the Eburones. The Menapii tribes stretched from South Zealand through North Brabant and possibly into South Holland. Later, in Roman times, their territory seemed to have been divided and reduced, becoming mainly concentrated in what is now western Belgium. The Eburones, the largest of the mixed race, covered a large area including the lower parts of the modern Dutch province of Limburg, stretching east into Rhine and Germany, and northwest into the Delta rivers, giving them a natural border with the Manapies. Their territories might have stretched into the Gelderland. As well, Caesar made remarks about the Rhine Delta itself, specifically about the island west of the Batavians, without really discussing who lived there. In the next 450 years, Roman rule profoundly changed the area that would become the Netherlands, since it was often very involved in the large-scale conflict with the Free Germanic people on the other side of the Rhine. Starting around 15 BC, the Rhine and the Netherlands were heavily fortified by the Romans. After a series of military actions in 12 AD, the Rhine became fixed as the northern frontier of the Roman Empire in the mainland Europe. Soon, a number of towns arose along these borders. The area to the south was integrated into the Roman Empire, first as the province of Gallia Belgica and then a part of province called Germania Inferior. The area north of the Rhine remained outside the Roman Empire, yet was not completely without Roman presence and control. The local settlement led many tribes that were outside the Roman Empire to be heavily documented by environmental historians like Leen Neva Elder. These tribes included the Canafites in South Holland, the Frisia who covered most of modern-day Netherlands north of the Eburones, the Frisiabones who stretched from the delta into the North Brabant, and the Marsaki who stretched from the Flemish coast into the delta. All of those tribes, especially the Batavians and Canafites, were held high in regard as soldiers throughout the empire and originally served in the Roman covering. Due to this, in the first centuries after Roman conquest, a gold trading culture flourished, combining Roman, Gallic and Germanic cultures in this region. However, not everything was as peaceful. The Batavians were not content and rose up in the Batavian Rebellion of 69 AD. The leader of Batavians was Gaius Julius Civilis, and one of the causes of the uprising was that the Romans had been taking young Batavians as slaves. As a result, a number of Roman forts were attacked and burned. The other Roman soldiers and the auxiliary troops of Batavians, the Canafites, joined the uprising, splitting the northern part of the Roman army. In April 70 AD, a few legionists sent by the Imperator Vespasian and the command by Quintus Batilius Ceralis eventually defeated the Batavians and negotiated a surrender with Gaius Julius Civilis near Nieuwen. The rebellion of freedom-loving Batavians was later seen by Dutch writers in the 17th and the 18th centuries as mirroring the Dutch struggle against the Spanish in the 80-year War between 1568 and 1648. This nationalist view saw the Batavians as the true forefathers of Dutch people, which explains the recurring use of the name over the centuries, such as the Jakarta originally being named Batavia in 1619. Additionally, the Dutch Republic, created in 1795 on the basis of French revolutionary principles, was called the Batavian Republic. And even in today's modern society, the term Batavian is used to describe Dutch people and Dutch things.
So I'm trying not to record too much footage because I'm planning to be here the full day. It's like 4 o'clock now, but I've been already in the trip for like 5 hours. We shouldn't be too far from the Castellum now, to be honest. So the ancients, the people of Rome, and the Dutch people used to use the rivers to get stuff across the country. So I basically went the wrong way, and I'm on the bridge again. We're heading towards the Castellum. The trip's getting a little longer here. I started smoking and I started getting lost, like what's going on here. So I have to head on straight here for about 700 yards, maybe a little more. Probably a little more, about half a kilometer. So this is what I love about the Netherlands. Basically in the cities you get like these bookshelves, and you can just borrow a book and you can bring it back, or you can give a different book if you want towards the donation of the city. So I'm gonna head here, even though I should be heading over there, because there's something here. And we have just found the first structures of the Roman Empire. So basically this was their gardens, as you can see here, and this is the Castellum. So there's the way from the Castellum to here, to the gardens basically. So this is like a wooden structure they made here. I assume it was restored. There's information here in Dutch, but I'm gonna try to get some information here in English. Basically, this is the remains of a Roman military fortress. The soldiers were mostly Dutch people who were forced to work time. The Romans brought a lot of unknown fruits and herbs along with them, also medical plants. So these grounds are 2,000 years old, and in 2015 they have been brought to the shape of what people think it used to look like in the Roman times. So I'm just wondering, is it possible that around this is where people have been buried? Because if you look at any of these, there's like a skull and then it says a name, and it doesn't look like a name from nowadays. It looks like, so possibly this is where they have been buried. The Meinersweg floodplains are located on the opposite side of the Tough Road, which I assume is that road over there. Starting here, remnants of a Roman fortress which was probably built around 15 years after death of Christ. The fortress was positioned strategically opposite the estuary of the prosecutor of Isail, which at the time still drained into the Rhine instead of the Isail lake. Entire terrain has been raised by more than 2 meters, so if there's any structures left here, they're probably more than 2 meters underneath the ground. So I'd say most of them haven't been found, at least some of them. We're gonna see what's left of the entire structure here as we're gonna explore it today. I almost fell into this, but this is what it used to look like. So basically it was the whole Castellum, and there was like an entrance with the docks and stuff. There's still water there, so I assume all this still gets flooded till this day. There's probably some remains of like pottery and stuff here on the grass. So there's some sort of like a machine here. Oh, this was a dam. So basically you used to flip this You used to turn it and then the dam would close. So it would block the water from coming in, so all the water would gather up here. Basically everywhere here. I'm walking onto the grass here because I want to show you something. These man-made mounds basically that were made to protect themselves. So basically you can see here, I'm gonna get closer, fuck, my feet are getting wet. But as you can see here, this is like a man-made mound that was used to maybe protect themselves. They are placed all around the country. You can find them in different parts of the country. I'm gonna have like a picture of a really interesting one. I'm gonna put it up here on the screen. So I'm up here on this bridge and I can see the remaining side of the Castellum over there. I'm gonna head to the end of this bridge and we're going to head over there. There's some sort of a stone I can see from here. So as I'm walking down this bridge, I just realized they probably had all this ground digged down so they could have like a protective surface. When the enemy was coming in, they had to get down to the ditch and then they had to get back up. So it was hard for the enemy basically to get to the Castellum. So I'm close to the Castellum here, but let me tell you a story about another ancient structure in this area, not too far away, about 40 miles away, 55 kilometers away. There was an ancient site found. There's a picture here on the screen, as you can see, and it used to be a solar calendar made out of, it's dated at around 4,000 years old. And we just got to the first structures of the Castellum here. This is some sort of a bunker, as you can see. I wonder when was this bunker built. I assume during the Second World War possibly. Yeah, you can see inside of it a little. So there's one bunker here, another one here, and there's a third one there. And there's the remainings of the Castellum. This is fucking insane. Like, look how it was built. Basically just a rock stacked on a rock on a rock on a rock. And that's how they built it, and that you can see it's been covered with something so it doesn't get damaged from the top. But this is how it was built. The whole structure was built like this, and that's why it probably got destroyed. There's like no clay or nothing holding it together, so with the wind and the floods, everything just went to shit. So this was the entrance to the castle. There was like a bridge here or something, so there was only one way to get to the Castellum, and this was it right here. There was a guard standing here, and you can see that the last two remaining walls, there was basically like a tower there and a tower there. This was a wall here. This was still the entrance. Yep, just like I said, there was two towers, and this was the entrance to the Castellum. Look how all these stones are just stacked. This one's falling out, but it's not going anywhere. So the Castellum is right here, and if you walk down this path you can see what was here. So basically the Castellum was right there. This is where it was. There was some sort of buildings here, probably buildings where people used to live, they used to trade, all that sort of stuff. So walking further down this path you can see another ditch. So yeah, these ditches must have been all around the Castellum. There's another remaining structure here, which must have been just like a wall defending the water here, or maybe there was like another path somebody tried to come across, or maybe this was a tower. Maybe it was a big tower here coming all across here, and this was the entrance to it from the Castellum. So I'm back at the bunkers here, and I just found something which I haven't noticed before. You can see the bunkers here, but we're looking to be heading right down there. There was a structure here around this tree. This tree probably wasn't here. It's definitely not 2000 years old, so there must have been another protective structure here, or maybe a structure where they used to come and maybe trade. Maybe somebody used to be a prisoner here. Hi. Just this here. Yeah, with card. Thank you. Have a nice day. So we got some Dutch beer, and I'm gonna wait till the train, and I'm gonna drink it in the fucking train. So I'm here at the station of Zavinor in Netherlands, and I'm waiting for the bus so I can go see the ancient stone and tell you guys the story about what used to be going on over there. And I'm drinking this Dutch beer and it's fucking amazing. I'm about to finish it off, so cheers. I arrived in the city of Herwen and I was supposed to get at a bus stop earlier, but I didn't, because there was like a sign with a Romanese historic object. So I was kind of paying attention to the sign, and I forget to click the button for the bus to stop. So I basically missed my bus stop. So now I have to walk about 2 kilometers to get to the stone that I'm kind of feeling the beer, and I want to smoke another smelly lemon haze cigarette, but I won't do that just yet because I'm just gonna walk for. It's starting to rain, but I don't care about the rain. Hi. Just a straight smooth road ahead of me. My camera is on like 40%, so I'm trying to still save battery. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing later on today, to be honest, after I see all these ancient places here. This is the last one, but I'm gonna head to a shop later to buy more cigarettes. I just stopped here on this bench to show you guys the view. This is a really nice view. There over in the water, I don't know if you can see the water, but there is an archaeological site which I was talking about earlier. Well, it's a historical site. I don't know if it's an archaeological site, but we're going to go over there later. I thought I had to keep going straight, but I didn't. I basically came from over there. I had to take all this way, and I had to come through here, and now I have to make my way all the way back over there. So we're gonna see how it goes. I'm still like halfway through this cigarette. I have my maps on the phone, and I'm walking. Well, not now. Right now I'm chilling, but I'm walking. So while I'm walking down here, I noticed this ground. Basically, it's like a road made out of stone. So it's quite possible this road was made in the Roman times by the Romans, but I'm not exactly too sure. Maybe. So as I'm walking through this fucking road, through the field and stuff, I was on this field and this field, and I was walking all the way there, and then I realized, am I going the right way? And I checked Google Maps, and I have to walk like 2 miles back. So there is the stone, and there's some more stuff which I'm gonna go to shortly. Basically like a Roman castle or something similar, and my camera's on low battery, so if my camera dies, why is it vibrating? If my camera dies, I'm gonna go and record on my phone because it has some battery left. So we are here at the stone about. So I'm not gonna stand on any of this. I'm gonna show you guys from close up. One second. This is basically the stone, oh my god. The original tombstone of Malleus was found during sand mining in the Bayland in 1938 and dates from the 1st century AD, a period when Roman rulers were only just in the region. From the text on the stone it can be deducted that Drusus Dam and the Carvium fortress were located in Herwen. Marcus Malleus was one of the soldiers who guarded these forts. The fort was located where the water hole is now, just below Herwen. It has disappeared due to changing river course. The Castellum and the temple were located near the border, which ran across the Netherlands. Several Roman structures are located along the border near Nijmegen, Arnhem South, Utrecht as far as The Hague. Further south, Marskamp can be still found. So I'm walking onto some bridge here. Across this bridge there's supposed to be some sort of metal structure, I'm assuming. So look at this, guys. So basically this structure is made out of steel and it has some writing on the head basically. So I'm just walking back here now slowly and I noticed this circular shape on the ground, and that's the same one that was found in the temple. So am I standing on the temple because the temple is now under the ground? Quite possible.
Kankaruna. Fist mention here, bro.
What is Kamkaru?
Kankar is cancer. I know cancer.
Yes.
I know cancer, huh?
Yes, I know cancer.
Yeah?
Yeah, disease.
Protecting. Kankar, this mention here, bro. Cancer, you know?
Yes.
I have bucket cigarette. Okay. Kankaruna.
Don't break the glass.
Not make you problem, eyes, okay?
Yes, okay.
Relax.
Of course.
Hold on. No make you, okay?
Okay.
Relax.
You have
No,
light.
come here, okay?
You have a lighter.
Yes.
Thank
For you.
Dank u wel.
Relax. No, come here, please, okay?
I don't.
I have no problem with you. Brother, no, come. Rustig. Holland, kurba mai. These people, kurba mai. I'm Ismail people. Hold up now. Time.
Oh,